One more time. We back again, family. They let us do it one more time. Oh, we got a decent show tonight. We've been having some serious conversations. We know that there's a lot of serious social awareness type of conversations going on. We have a lot of things that people, they're engaging in these serious conversations. It's a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows, ins and outs. Having these conversations, we want to say whatever it is, if it's political, if it's social economical, if it's a family thing, if it's religious, whatever that is, we want you to be able to put things in context. I'm having a lot of serious conversations myself. I know that a lot of people, hey, what's going on, Jay? Hey, shout out to my man Jay. He gave me this jersey from Alabama A&M, y'all. This is my first one actually, and don't ask me why, but yeah, he gave me my first jersey. So yeah, he just tuned in. Good looking out, Jay. And happy birthday to you. Shout out, man. Yeah, he said love that jersey. Yep. And happy birthday to you, man. And y'all, you and my niece, y'all be safe out there. He got my guy, baby, and they finna travel, so y'all be safe. So we want to, whatever, if it's social, economical, if it's political, and you having serious conversations, I want you to be able to keep things in context. Okay. So I want you to understand when we got the Clipperdome Chronicles, this show is called The Point versus the Facts. So if you go back to YouTube, the Clipperdome Chronicles, you can see there's a video there. It's called The Point versus the Facts, so that we could keep these conversations in context. Okay, we want to have mature conversations. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to agree to disagree, but we want to take these very, very serious conversations and keep them in context. So this show is called The Point versus the Facts, so that we can try to keep these things in order. So now I want to tell a little bit of story about the barbershop. This is where the information came from, my barbershop, the Clipperdome. It was a sports barbershop, and all the guys, they kept saying, hey, DJ, why don't you have a TV in your barbershop? He said, how you going to have a sports barbershop and not show sports? Now, y'all got to understand, I toiled over this for years, never knowing. I never thought to put a TV in the barbershop. This was like really before sports bars were big things, right? Big deals. They were just coming up, for the most part around the country in a big way. So a lot of times when we and was in the barbershop, they did have televisions, but the sports barbershop was a new concept that I implemented. It was the first recorded sports barbershop in the United States. So it had never been done like that on that level before. So no, I didn't have a situation where I had a television. So I toiled over this, and people came in and they kept making reference to putting a TV in the barbershop. And I didn't know. I had no idea what I was preparing myself for. I had no idea where I was moving towards. I just knew I didn't want a TV in the barbershop. So after we continuously had these conversations, after so many people came in and they kept asking me the same questions, I said to myself, okay, I said, all you fellas, who in here is about 25 people in the shop? I said, who in here does not have a television at their house? And of course, nobody raised their hand. Everybody had a TV. I said, you could watch television at home. I said, what is it when you come into a room like this and it's filled with men and there are no women and children, and you can sit down and you can unpack some of your stuff and have a serious conversation with some real men and some real brothers and get some feedback or impart knowledge? So what I did not know is I was holding live forums every day for the last, 25, 30 years, because I didn't have a television. We didn't have distractions. We didn't have commercials. We didn't have subject matter. We came up with the topics and the subject matter to the things that were important to the people who come in that shop, the things that was important to me and my barber. Like these things are what the conversation was about. This is what the things that held the floor. So this is where the Clipperdome Chronicles comes from. This is how we get this information to you. This is researched information. This is not my opinion. It's coming from very, very wise counsel. People from age 95 on down to 10 years old have imparted knowledge and wisdom over these years. And trust me when I tell you, I've had very wise, religious, political, professional, social geniuses that have come through my barbershop. I took appointments after so long. I got to the point where I didn't have to have people just walk into my shop. Any and everybody couldn't come in. I was booked with appointments. So if you didn't have an appointment, I got to pick and choose who was coming in and out of my barbershop. So with that being said, I picked a group of professionals. I pick a group of individuals who could impart wisdom upon each other. Some of my clients started hanging out together and I didn't even know that they were friends. That's how tightly and close knit that barbershop family became. So this is where this information comes from. So I'm putting this one out here tonight. It's called The Point versus the Facts. I'm going to try to do the best that I can to impart some of the wisdom and knowledge that was bestowed upon me that I have had the pleasure of sitting down and just experiencing. So when I hear people that just start off in the barbershop, you can have a beautiful point, okay? And you can have beautiful, thorough facts. Now I want to help you understand both of those. The point, this video is called The Point versus the Facts. You can have a fact. You can say that today is sunny and beautiful and the skies are clear and it's 95 degrees. But if you're talking to a farmer who needs rain, that's not a good conversation. That's going to be a beautiful fact, but that's going to be away from his point. So if you and the farmer on that specific point, if y'all, excuse me, that specific fact are talking about how beautiful the day is when the overcast, the farmer is experiencing a drought. He or she is going to need some rain. So again, what you stated was a fact, but the farmer is going to have a different point. So when we're experiencing these social economic differences, these different political conversations that we're having today, listen to what somebody is saying. Make sure that you have the same point and they're not just spewing out facts, because facts don't change the point. A fact is a beautiful thing, but it has to match up with the point. So tonight's show, our example is going to be you as an individual. You have written the most ground revolutionary dissertation in the history of science. You, as an individual, you have written a groundbreaking dissertation known to man in the history of science. There's never been a paper more thorough than yours that is going to change the history of science. But now, if you write this paper and you're doing your math final in undergrad, you turn in this groundbreaking, revolutionary paper that's going to change scientific history that man has never seen before. If you turn that paper in for your math undergrad final, you're going to flunk it. That doesn't change the validity and the weight of that dissertation. That doesn't mean that it's not going to change the world later on down the line. That doesn't mean that you won't be marveled across the globe. It just means for that math final in undergrad, you are going to fail. So when we're taking these very, very valuable core things that are significant, we want to put them in their proper places. So I'm saying when we're having conversations today, good people, I won't go into the specifics. You know what I'm talking about. We're having very serious political, social, and economic conversations today. And when you're having these conversations, make sure that a fact is matching the point. So ask a question of the people who you're speaking to or the person that you're talking to on whatever topic it is. Make sure that you and them or you all have the same point, because facts are beautiful. I've seen many arguments in the barbershop. I've heard 100 million facts, but it was two different points. So make sure that when you're having a conversation, that the point is matching the facts, because facts are beautiful. But again, like I told you, with that dissertation, that scientific dissertation is going to change the world. But if you turn that in for your undergrad math final, you are going to flunk that class. Okay, we're going to wrap this one up. We wanted to keep it short. We want y'all to take this. We want you to test this. We want you to try this. Take it to the barbershop or take it to the hair salon. Take it to the job or take it to the church. Remember, you don't have to like it, believe it, or understand it. Sometimes you just have to respect it. This is the Clipper Dome Chronicles. Thank you.